Welcome to Cortex Engineering Software Learning Blog. In this video we'll look at ISOGEN Repeatability, which is a great tool to maintain your spool, weld or part numbers. So we're gonna look at how we can maintain part numbers and spool numbers when we regenerate isometrics. So let's get started. So here I have a sample spool here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create an isometric here and see how the numbers come up for parts and spools and welds. So if I'll look at this isometric now, as you can see here, there are like 6 different parts with the part numbers on them, or with the weld numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens if I add a branch or something in between? Will it maintain those original part numbers or weld numbers, or will it renumber everything? So let's see how it comes up without using ISOGEN Repeatability. So here I'm using the same ISOGEN style. So I hit OK and I select all the components, and let's check it out how it looks. So as you can see here, we had the weld number 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, but it has renumbered everything. So it has disturbed what numbers that we had before for the welds and the parts. So what we want to maintain those numbers or sequence numbers when we regenerate them. So how do we do this? ISOGEN can help you to maintain your numbers. So let's not save this. Okay, so go back to iConfigure and I'll delete this one. So let's go back to where we were before. Okay, so there's a little weld there, so I need to delete that too to make one piece pipe again. Alright, so let's go to iConfig. So here using final basic ISOGEN style. So what we need to do is need to go drawing manager and click on reports. So there are a bunch of reports that we can create when we create isometrics, but the one that we are interested in particular here is repeatability report, which is right there. It's called repeatability return. It's a little bit different than what it was in 2014. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to specify the parameters, like what we want to record in that file. So we don't want to reorder bypass, we want to maintain whatever we had before. So in here the component information, I want to store them by alphanumerical there, and I want to save this as a revised ASCII file. I want to maintain part numbers, split numbers, weld numbers, spool numbers, and so on. Okay, so once it's done, I need to specify where I like to store the file. Now this is the file which stores all the information, like all the numbers and everything. So when we recreate isometric for the same spool, it will extract that information from that file. So it happens to everything in the background. So once we've done this, we need to save this and export that style. So now let's recreate this one here. So before we do this, we need to make sure that we have appropriate settings for ISOGEN. So if you go into configurations and ISOGEN settings, if you want to maintain all of those three, you need to set the ISOGEN settings to number 3. Okay, so it will record all those 3 numbers. So here I'm going to create same isometric again. You need to do this again because we didn't have ISOGEN repeatability file before, so it didn't record anything. So we need to create at least once to record those numbers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a branch there, right there, as we did before, and see how it comes up. So I'm going to add a branch there. Okay, and I'm going to add a valve just to make it a little bit complex. So I'm going to edge flange valve. Alright, so let's create isometric again. So what we expect that those parts that we have just added after we created our isometric, those part numbers should have the sequence numbers after number 4. So I think 1, 2 weld numbers there, and 3 and 4. So it has maintained our original sequence numbers, and it hasn't disturbed our spool numbers or part numbers as well. So we got the sequence numbers appearing perfectly fine. So let me add another branch in between and see how it comes up again. So I'm going to add another one here, so it should go to the next number rather than re-numbering everything. So let's select all, and it's done. So as you can see that here on that branch that we just added has next numbers in line. Okay, so that's how the ISOGEN repeatability report works. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, and we are more than happy to help you out with this.